rolling round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Well, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on.
It's only fitting the debut episode of The Way to Go highlight a tribute to Southwest Mississippi's railroad heritage. Organizers put together a fundraiser for the Depot Museum with entertainment and music and written word.
My mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't you ever play with guns. Well, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die, yeah. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. Let's hear that guitar.
Having grown up in the railroad, it obviously has a lot of sentimental, value as far as my family's concerned. And as time goes on, we do want to preserve the railroad heritage that brought us to this point. That will continue. I benefited from my father having worked on it. My brother, he continues to benefit from it, and so it's very much alive in my mind. The group of volunteers that put that railroad museum together did a fantastic job. I don't know how many hours it took, volunteer hours, and I hate to name names, but Mr. Edwin Etheridge donated a lot of his personal collection. He was former superintendent of the railroad, and it was my father's boss, and just did a tremendous job preserving that part of our heritage. And I also want to mention that they did such a good job that they got to host the Smithsonian exhibit called Journey Stories, which it was a Smithsonian exhibit that was only in 4 or maybe 5 towns in Mississippi, and ours won a Humanities Council Award as a result of the display that they put on and the stories that were told. Everybody has a story, and I think that it's important we preserve those stories that we have. We share a certain brotherhood. A lot of times if you go to a railroad retiree meeting, it's really something to see how they, in the regard that they hold each other and all. They're very good friends, lifelong friends.
Ralph, I believe, yeah, he found me on YouTube, and he actually drove from here to Lafayette, Louisiana to watch me perform at a little place over there called Bella Notte, and I didn't know him. He just came up to me and introduced himself, and that was one of the first times that someone had actually driven a solid 3 hours to come and watch me play. So I was really impressed with that, and I really grateful. It meant a lot for somebody to do that, and we instantly connected, and he set me up over here in McComb to play at the Dixie Springs Cafe, and ever since then we've just become good friends, and I've been out here several times, and he's a real good friend, and McComb is just a really great town. I'm coming to learn that it's got a lot of history in it and a lot of great people.
Take me far away. I feel the wind blow outside my door, 'cause I'm leaving my woman Yeah, Tuesday's gone with the wind. My baby's gone with the wind. I don't know, where I'm going. I just want to be left alone. When this train ends, Lord, I'll try again. Lord, somehow I've got to carry on. Yeah, Tuesday's gone with the wind. Tuesday's gone with the wind. Tuesday's gone with the wind. My baby's gone with the wind.
The town would not be here if the rail from New Orleans to Chicago had not decided to go through this area. The railroad shops were built in 1872 or thereabouts, and of course, obviously as time went on, they expanded. My grandfather, my namesake, hired on with the railroad in 1924, and he spent 46 years with the railroad. He died while he was on sick leave, and he died in 1970. My dad worked from starting with his the summer between his junior and senior year in high school, so that's when they started his seniority, and he worked for 44 years. And my little brother, who's 4 years younger than me, he hired on as a 19-year-old as a brakeman, and he's a freight conductor now and just celebrated his 30th year with the railroad. So that's 120 years of combined railroad service that my family has given, and also that's 120 years of combined benefit to my family that the railroad has provided. And we even came up with a name for tonight's programs, and it's for the benefit of the McComb Railroad Museum, and we're calling it Main Lines and Tracks. And of course the main lines, you know, for the literary part of it, and tracks, you know, with the connotation of the songs and the music. So we feel like that that very much has a lot of potential for a summer 4 to 6 week program when book clubs are looking for authors to listen to their readings, that you know, teachers you know, are out for the summer. And you know, around here, unfortunately, you know, there's somewhat limited opportunities. We don't have a movie cinema right now with the sale of that building a few years ago. So you know, once baseball season is over, maybe, you know, in the early part of July till maybe the first couple of weeks in August, thinking about something like that. It takes sponsorship, and we're grateful for the 15 sponsors, the corporate sponsors that stepped forward and liked the idea.